Well, we work. I think you can hear us, but I don't know if you can see us. Oh, there we go. You can see us now. We will be able to imminently. Hello. Okay, we have a problem. You can't see us. Let's have a see. This is an issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You should be able to see us.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Oh.
So excited tonight. Right, this is a problem.
Do you want to hang up and start again?
I'm just going to say, I think you can hear us, but I'm just going to... Sorry, everyone. Tech world issues.
Luckily, there's no one on live watching, so okay.
Oh, no, you can see us.
You don't want to check on mine?
Well, no, because that's different. Hold on. I know what we do. We do that. We do that. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, we're live. We can definitely see.
We're trying to get the tech working. We've got some quite clever stuff, so...
How you say clever?
Well, it's clever for us. I'm sorry, team. I'm really sorry about this. Normally we are way quicker.
So,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can do some talking.
Firstly, we are drinking a little bit bubbly this evening because we are toasting to our gorgeous little boy Joseph. We have succeeded in keeping another small human alive for an entire year.
Yay.
And he's turned 1 today. So happy birthday, Joseph.
Happy birthday, Joseph. I think
always a plus point when you don't, kill your kids. You
no,
manage to keep them all alive for another year.
I wonder if people think I live in this shirt because I've worn it the most recently.
It's a pretty cool shirt though.
I do like it. I have to say this was a 40th birthday present from my sister and her other half, etc. And Paula, I know you're not going to watch this, but when I unwrapped the box, I only thought it was okay, and because I had a variety of Hawaiian shirts for my birthday. But if I'm really honest, I think it's now my favourite. I really like how absolutely bizarre it is.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah, and I've checked the manufacturer. The other thing is it's a quality shirt, whereas the rest of my Hawaiian ones are essentially cheap tag.
Well, define what quality means.
It was expensive compared to the others.
Right, that doesn't mean
but
it's
it is more of like a fine cottony silk. I don't really know. Anyway, basically I love it. That's the point of the story. Right, so we have a watcher. Hi, Gary.
Hello, Gary.
Yes. So what we're going to do tonight, we've got some cool stuff to do.
So we are trialing it with you guys tonight. If it doesn't work, forgive us. We are still in the beta test of it. But we are sitting tonight in our planning session studio.
So there's a few things, isn't there? So one, this is our planning session studio. So for anyone who's joined, I keep looking over there as well. I'm so sorry. For anyone who's joined the planning sessions, you will recognise this. So this is where we film all our planning sessions. We're going to do a lot more of our lives and our outside bride stuff from here. 2, change to the advertised content tonight, where we're going to do autumnal themes. We're going to do a very small bit on autumnal themes. Basically, we've got some bits laying around.
We had a really cool day, that's why.
Yeah, we had such a cool day. So we took Joseph to celebrate his first birthday to the Showmans Show, which is a trade show for outdoor event people. So it is basically infrastructure for outside brides.
It was pretty cool, if we're honest. So, number one, we took both kids. We took
Ben,
video
2
of
the 3, not both kids, both
boys. We took them because it was his birthday, and we go every single year. And unfortunately, it's like he's one.
Well, we didn't go last year because you
just
given birth.
Yeah. But it's a really cool show because not only is it fun, trendy stuff that's coming up and things to look out for next year. It's things from flooring guys to lighting people to big sound stages to generators and toilets and all the boring stuff. But then there are Citroen H fans and really cool bars. We've got a picture of a cool bar. We've got a picture of a cool Citroen H fan. But the other thing is, on the theming side is when we're in the tents looking at stuff in the marquees and the teepees, they then have more cool stuff, and actually we've got a couple of. I hope it works. Long story short, Ben's still awake, so I've had to cobble this together in about 4 minutes. So I think it will 85% work. But you took a couple of pictures, and I actually I spent a bit of time thinking about this. Have they predicted a next trend in the teepee? So we will see. I'm happy to hear what you all think. I really hope this is working. I'm going to keep looking at mine.
Let's go there.
If I wave, will you see me waving?
Well, look, that's working.
That's fine.
That's working.
So, things we saw today. Are we going to go straight into that?
It says, shall we do this?
Yeah.
So, I hope that you will continue to hear us talking when we do this. So, if I click this button here, you're now going to see a slideshow of some of the cool stuff we saw at the Showmans Show today.
I'm just going to put mine on so I can watch it.
Yes. Let me do that. Good, but then you should continue to be able to hear us. Ready? Here goes.
Right.
Here we go. There's a small delay. So, right.
See if there's a delay.
So this is, we talk about Site Equip. They do themed toilets. And this is a steampunk toilet. And we've got a couple more pictures now.
Woohoo, it's working. The tech's working.
Oh, is it working? Yeah, so they steampunk. So the men's urinals were beer barrels. It was very, very cool. And I've got a picture of the inside in a minute. I think each picture's up for about 10 seconds. Okay. And they are very, very, very cool. So definitely worth. They're called Site Equip. You know, there's no money changing hands here. We quite like their theme loos. We highly recommend them.
They do potting sheds and beach huts. And
like Hollywood themed
glam ones. They're really cool.
Yes, it hasn't changed. The picture hasn't changed. It was only meant to be up for 10 seconds. Let me just see if I can. I don't think I can manually change it. Are you all still seeing this?
Yeah, we're still seeing.
Okay, let me. Oh, there we go. They're up for ages. I'm just going to adjust it quickly, so they might be up a bit quicker.
So this is a picture coming up now of the what was the urinals, which it sounds so blinking grim, but these beer barrels were cut into the urinals, and they were really, really funky with all of the Edison bulbs and stuff.
Yes. And now we're moving on really quickly.
Yeah. Can we say that now?
No. For not today. I'm really sorry, everyone.
We saw some really good. It was go through it.
Actually, it's going to run. So this was really cool. So this was in the roof of a Sperry tent in between the two main poles. It was two old school vintage ladders, bit of wood in the middle, then some like IKEA bulbs and some ivy hung over it. So, right, this is the inside of the teepee we saw. I'm not totally bought into the. This is now really quick.
It's going too fast. Pause it, right? So we went.
I can't pause it. I told you this is new tech. I haven't learned how to do that yet. I'm literally.
So the teepee. So going back to the picture we saw of the kilner jars. So it was we thought a really cool way of putting foliage on your table without taking a lot of space. And they had some massive like drink dispenser kilner jar style things filled with water and had fern leaves on the inside with some waterproof LED fairy lights.
Yeah, in theory, most LED fairy lights are waterproof. Yeah. In theory, but yeah, you still want to check.
So you had the iridescent kind of feel of the water and the foliage to get that green botanical feel that was very on trend at the moment. It's definitely going into 2019 with the botanicals. But also you had the refraction of the light with all the fairy lights. So it was really, really pretty. And the photo didn't show it justice, but something I might actually trial and do for a video here, actually, because I thought it was really, really clever. You can't see it in that photo very well at all.
Well, we've got to talk about this photo because of the delay. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm watching this on playback. I hope this works. But the jar, you took a close-up picture. They're the ladders. Black as a theme as well. I've never seen that, but I quite liked it. But we did like those ladders with the lights, and yeah, there's a couple of photos of them, and they were really, really good actually. Yeah. And for the DIY brides in them grooms in the group, definitely something, you know, a bit of IKEA lighting. Yeah.
The teepee company was really cool, and they provided the tablescapes with lots of brights and lots of tissue paper flowers and stuff. But they also had the palm leaf plates that we talked about in our eco post a few weeks ago, so it was definitely worth checking them out.
Yes.
And then there was a range of different mobile bars, which we were blown away with. So there was a Citron H fan, which they're quite commonplace now, but that was kind of funky. You'll see a picture in a minute. There was a shipping container, wasn't there, that had been converted.
That's in there. I kept that in.
Shipping container that had been converted into like a flap open so you could have the bar area, but they also created a secondary roof terrace with it, which was really, really clever. Here's some Edison bulbs hanging from a wagon wheel.
Just a wagon wheel with some chain on it. Like, so simple. Bit boho, bit steampunk, kind of. Yeah. Even just a bit vintage.
This is the container that had been converted with the rooftop bar, which I thought was really, really clever and a really good use of space because for what's a really dull shipping container. This is the ferns and the kiln jars, which I quite liked, and the wine bottle things.
Demijohns.
Demijohns, that's the one.
I don't think I've said that word
Here's
in
another
years.
one. So we were
The tree.
The tree.
I'm really sorry I can't pause these, but let's just keep going.
The tree was really cool. There was a company which was a trailer company, and
was it event in a trailer? No, something like that.
I'll tag link to it.
Yeah, we'll find them. It's worthwhile.
They'd found a way of creating space and foliage and like that grandeur of lots of. Is that the end of the photos? You'll turn that off and I'll talk about it.
Or should we go back to us?
Yeah. They'd created a solution. So lots of the botanicals are really, really in, and they are getting bigger by the day. But all of the really nice hanging botanicals you get, which are above lots of trestle tables, lots of greenery, lots of foliage, lots of kind of very ethereal kind of foresty feel. That's quite expensive if you want to kit your entire marquee out that way. So they're faux flowers, but they are modular trees that go into marquees basically. Especially if you've got a traditional pole marquee, they work really well because they literally connect together. Best way to say it was like a Christmas tree. Like you get a false Christmas tree and you put them together. So it
was really quite.
It came
cool.
into 4 parts. And then you stuck the branches, and there was these.
Do you want me to try and get the picture? You keep talking. I reckon I can solve this.
Massive, like white foliage tree. They had loads of different styles, but the way they kept the costs down was because it was modular, and you could deliver them to site for you to put up yourself. They weren't the staff costs in. It was so simple.
You keep
to put
talking.
Together, but you would never know from a distance that they were faux flowers. They were really, really, really clever, and I really, really loved them a lot. I'm going to get the details for them because I thought that was really useful. They'd seen.
Sorry, everyone can see a black screen at the moment.
They'd seen other companies doing it and said, well, actually, there's definitely a way we could cut the costs down. And that was just using faux flowers. And
there we go. It looked really, really good, didn't it?
Yeah, really liked it a lot. There was so much we took from today. The other thing we saw, we didn't put a photo in, is there were camels. So we've seen lots of weddings in the last year with alpacas. We're taking alpacas to your event, and you could take them walks around the event. There were camels there today.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm actually, and for anyone who knows me, you probably don't believe it. I'm actually a little bit funny about the use of animals for events. I even kind of struggle with safari parks and zoos. So just bringing in some animals for my amusement, I do struggle with it. However, these camels looked fab. They looked, for anyone who's been abroad to a nation where they have camels and they're handcuffed at the ankles, and I know it's an accepted thing and they look a bit moth-eaten, these looked healthy. They weren't handcuffed at the ankle. They were restrained, whatever polite word you want to use. They looked well fed. The owners were, looking after them. And so, if you want to go down that world, then I do think this was fab.
I can't really see, in my opinion, it's not a wedding show, don't get us wrong, but I couldn't really see a place for when you would have a camel.
Well, you know how it fits for me. Like, you go to these venues who have a field of alpacas and llamas, or you get these people who bring llama. I remember a company called Lindy Llama. Mm-hmm. There's a video on YouTube of me trekking with Lindy Llama under pool tourism, if you can be bothered to find it. And so I know people who bring llamas in to events. So, you're going to bring some camels in. And I kind of get it. They do walks. If you, like I say, look, I'm not debating the kind of ethicalness of it. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. But assuming everything's fine with the animals and you want to do it and the animals are loved and looked after, then there's nothing kind of wrong with it. Ultimately, these camels aren't in the desert. They're in England. No. So, whatever, your choice, not ours.
What else did we see today that was really cool?
I saw some, you know what? I don't normally subscribe to this stuff, but like the snow machines, the bubble machines, and I get it. It does work. The Sperry tent, we love it. We think they're
what I was going to bring on to next. The stars of tents we saw today.
So Emily and I don't like saying this too often much, but we have definitely predicted a few trends in the year. So 2 years ago, we were at the Showmans Show and saw the Sperry tent and went, this is the next big thing. And they are coming in as the next big thing. So this year, obviously, we've talked about geodesic domes or we're debating the difference between a semi-geodesic and a geodesic. So if anyone knows, please let us know. So, and what else I did see a stretch tent. So
we went into I'm going to do a post on this because we took loads and loads of images today and we saw lots of amazing companies and
ethics. Also, hi, Steph. Thanks, Steph.
What I saw today was so many different styles of tent and the actual manufacturers rather than the people who hire them, who get them from manufacturers. So we saw the Sperry tents, which were amazing, and every time we see them, we go, shall we buy one?
Yeah. And in the, it wasn't as expensive as you think.
They were really good, but anyway, that's by the by. But we loved the Sperry tents, and they were simple, clean lined, beautiful, panoramic windows, amazing.
Yeah, clean line, modern, contemporary with a traditional feel.
We saw
that's
a modern, clear span, more pavilion marquee today, which what I loved about that.
Oh yes,
it had obviously all of them had half walls because it was on an events trade show, but they had the marquee. And then it had a decked area, but the marquee structure came out over it, and it had the clear, solid clear, rather than canvas.
Yeah.
They had
a see-through roof.
Solid clear, see-through roof, but they had a really awesome.
And then no walls.
No walls. It was like an outdoor coloured pavilion, but with all the chill-out furniture out there as well, which I thought was a really good way of
I have seen that in anger, so to speak.
The indoor-outdoor theme of having the marquee, but the flooring continuing out as a decked area, but with a covered clear roof, and it was really, really cool. I really liked that a lot.
Don't let your marquee company charge you a premium for that. It won't actually take them that much. Yeah.
And the other thing we saw today was a company who manufactured stretch tents. Now, the stretch tents are often, they are.
We've never seen this, so we've seen. Yeah, sorry.
We've seen a standard stretch tent where you have the canvas in a rectangle with your poles coming in sort of at 45-degree angles, which is amazing.
Sort of Capri marquee.
Capri styling.
Yeah.
But this company showed lots of scale models of all of the different options and shapes and circles and figures of eights and everything you could do with stretch tents. And I took lots of photos of the models because it just gave it a completely different aspect of what a stretch tent can do with the space it gives you, but also having such a clear side to have that. Did you see the one that had like the arc? There's an arc side and has such.
I thought we were talking about the other one, so I'm not going to join in, and I'll read it. Steph's comment was very nice. Thank you, Steph. No, that's fine. It was absolutely fascinating, and suppliers, you should definitely go. Brides and grooms,
go.
Well, yeah, you can go. I think you can.
It's on every single year. Now, obviously, a lot of you are getting married next year, so it won't be so good for you. But you can go as a Joe Public. You don't have to be a supplier or an events person to go. But it really gives you some food for thought of the different types of things because they have every single supplier there under the sun because it's got a lot of B2B. But you can really start to see the different types of structures that are out there, and they're all out there in their full glory.
It's not a wedding fair, right? Please don't think it's a wedding fair. This is people looking to sell £20,000 worth of tent to a company, right? So there's no point talking about you want to hire something for your wedding. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not.
But it really gives you scope to know what you want.
Yeah, if you've, in the politest way possible, if you've got a huge budget, it's amazing. And if you've got a small to medium budget and you want to go, well, that's cool, can I create that? What theming's going on? It's also quite cool. Like I say, the ladders with the bulbs were, in the Sperry tent, and the wagon wheel with the bulbs was in the teepee. And we actually spoke to them 2 years ago, and they told us that they'd made it because they thought it looked really cool, and it looked really cool. So,
I really liked the wagon one a lot. It was such a simple idea, and it was just and you could do that in any, a teepee, you could do that in a marquee, you could do that hanging from a tree if you really wanted to.
Well, you know what the simplest version is? If you've got some, like, wood, I'm not very good at this, some wood about that thick, but about that wide, and then you put a little frame around one side on the inside, like the top, then the hook in each corner and suspend that with some rope, and then drill some holes to put the rope through for the wire through for the Edison bulbs, and you've made it. Paint the wood, whatever colour you want to make it, and you've made an amazing light piece to go in your tent. It is. I'd say it's that simple. It would take me days, but it is that simple. Isn't it?
It is that simple, especially if you've got a traditional style tent with poles in the tent. If you've got a clear span and an open space, it might be a bit tricky to just suspend.
Clear span or open space. Yeah, and actually, it wouldn't have to go as it would look.
It would look anywhere. It would look like in a clean line, modern geodesic dome.
Yes.
Teepee, it doesn't matter. It would go. But again, we'll post everything after this because it's just we always come back really excited, don't we? Because there's so many little details.
We drive back going, should we ring the bank manager then?
But we're not. We're not. Other things we did this week. So we had a branding shoot yesterday with the lovely Amy from The Woman in the Wolf, who got some new Baylily photos, some outside bride photos.
Yeah, you'll see them on if you don't follow us on, but we own Baylily Bell Tents as well for those who only know us in the outside bride. So go and check out Baylily Bell Tents.
We've got some lovely. We're going to share them this week as well. Some lovely flat layers of some autumnal stuff. which we've got some stuff down here we've
So,
collected.
initial, what we were discussing tonight was autumnal theming. Now, we happen to know that not many of you are having your outdoor wedding in the autumn, but late September, and to be honest, it's all just gorgeous. I'm going to start with this. I know you've picked that up.
Okay.
So this is a vase out of our cupboard. These are some fir cones, some sweet chestnuts. Hold on, I can focus this actually, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it when the tech works. Oh no, it's so focused on you. And then a leaf and then a flower. And they're fab. We dried them out. They opened it. Our kids helped us with the foraging.
Obviously not in a vase like that, but you could do some lovely tablescapes with those.
Yes.
We had a bunch of flowers.
What are the bowls called?
Fish bowls.
No. Fish bowls. There's another. Yeah, I know what they're called. Nicola went on a course for them the other week.
Terrariums,
yes.
We picked up some basic flowers the other day, which we got from a supermarket, but it was nice to see the different colours that we could get involved. So, yes, go with autumnals, go with reds and browns and that kind of stuff.
But we've still got some pink and yellow in here. Yeah.
Some whites were really cute.
Up a bit, sorry, it's a bit low. Yeah, and the jug. So this is a TK Maxx special. It is a Le Creuset, but it is from TK Maxx. And once again, and then this is really simple. This is a pumpkin. And I never realised this, like, till we had kids and we went pumpkin picking at the local farm, that pumpkins are about £1, right?
These were 35p each.
Oh, 35p, sorry,
35p
my bad.
for mini pumpkins. Now, this is obviously teaching us because it's Halloween kind of time and it's autumn and you think pumpkins, but some of the nicest things we've seen recently with mini pumpkins, obviously you can get all the different colours and oranges
swashes.
and greens, yeah. But chalk paint on these and get them in...
I never knew that.
Chalk paint on these, whites, creams, off yellows, make a really lovely alternative autumny feel, but with a lighter feel, rather than going down the traditional browns, reds, and that kind of stuff. Go with these kind of things, but paint them up white, and they are stunning, but you still have that feel of autumn.
And yeah, we've just got a squash here. We like we say, these are... It's just fruit and veg, but in colours.
But they make statements, and you can put a collection of those on the table.
I even like the idea. I was thinking, this is not my thing. This is
the
Emily.
flowers are really dead, by the way.
I'm like black and white OCD, so aesthetics is Emily's bag in our business. But I'm thinking a couple of these, a few of these scattered around the table, bit of that, lovely.
You're so not ever talking about creating tables over again.
I will stick to generators and marquees. I'm so sorry.
That's the end of the foraging side. Go out and spend an afternoon in the woods. Go and collect a bag load of stuff. Dry it out at home. Paint it up if you want to. Leave it natural if you want to. But really, it's so simple to do and so effective. I think we've said Charlotte in this group as well has been doing some amazing foraging.
I was trying to think of a name.
And you can really get some wow factor pieces, and especially that with autumn. Hannah put a post on our Instagram today, of a really beautiful hand-tied autumnal bouquet, and the colours in that and the amount of foliage in that is really wow.
Yes.
And I think that offset with everything else with outdoor weddings would really look good.
Cool.
Anything else
we haven't had any questions, but
what
Steph put, really, this is fascinating. Thank you, Steph. I've been interested in starting my own venue, so this is great for me, for my wedding and for my future. We'll save this post.
Perfect. I'll tell you what, Steph...
You can be favourite person of the night. Thanks, Steph.
Steph, seriously, we go every single year, so obviously... It's still building up.
It's on tomorrow.
It is on tomorrow. If you fancy going to Newbury tomorrow, it is on for another day. If not, and you want to come down with us next year, maybe we could have an outside bride field trip. We could go for lunch and we could go and look at tents and we could talk about things on site together.
So not take the boys next year.
Not take the boys next
year.
year.
Well, one will be in school. Our middle child starts school next year.
But really, I really can't stress enough. It's so good to see these tents in situ rather than going on traveling websites and seeing what a Sperry tent can look like. Go and stand in one, and I appreciate you can get them at a wedding. Not every wedding fair is going to have the tents in situ. You might have your outdoor wedding fair you go to, but you really should go and stand in these tents. And get a feel for them.
Like just one hint and tip on tents. Like if you're talking to a company about hiring their tent or equipment, they should be inviting you along to see a setup, whether that's at their base or a setup they're doing. They should be inviting you along, or you should be asking.
We always do that with Baylily Bell Tents. We often get people going, "Can I see your tents in situ?" And it's quite difficult to to really show off a village and the size and scale of our villages unless you see it face to face. You can show it on a video, you can show it on a picture, but really you need to get that wow factor seeing it in situ. So a lot of the time we set up on a Friday before the Saturday wedding or the day before a Thursday, Friday, whatever it is, and we always offer that opportunity, provided the bride and groom at the time don't mind, to come down, see our tents and to get a feel for what's going on. Most reputable tent companies, like TP companies, Tentario do that, Papakata do that. They will always say, come down and see us in situ so you can get an understanding for what you're doing and how far your money's going with how many tents you get.
Well, that's it. Right, I think if it's all right with you, I'm going to draw a line under tonight. I really enjoyed talking about the Showmans Show because we had a fab day, didn't we? And we did take the boys, and normally if we take the kids to work, it ends up being a right palaver. But actually, it was fab. Ben had an amazing morning, and Josephine's won, so he was sat in the buggy.
Well, it was one of those things. It was like, well, it was his first birthday. We knew it's a work thing for us. We have to go to these things. We have to be in. We want to stay front of. So we go every year, and it was his birthday. It was like, well, we can't really give him to childcare on his birthday, so let's come along with the family. And he saw.
And Ben probably learned more than he would at preschool today.
He saw a gigantic triceratops.
He saw a triceratops walking down the street.
Animatronic dinosaur.
It was the dinosaur was very, very cool, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Sorry, this is number 40.
It's number 40. It's like your age.
Oh, blimey. We've done as many Asking Experts as I've been years on the planet.
Thank you for bearing with us with today. We're not usually, if you're new to our Ask an Expert and you're new to the Outside Bride, we're not usually this clunky in the beginning. It's usually a lot more streamlined. Yes. However, it's really exciting that we've managed to work out the tech and how we can start sharing. And a better
quality picture is kind of why we're doing
what this means is that we can actually start to show mini videos as well. We can show clips from things. We can show photos of things we've seen as well. So with that in mind, if there's anything you want to see or want to talk about or want to discuss more, please do keep feeding into this group because we can start to tailor these more presentations, can't we, to help you guys as well.
The more we go on, the less I'm going to be doing this, checking what everything's doing. But if only, you know what, I'm going to do this. I can't take it.
Don't do it.
I was going to take this picture so everyone can see our setup, but then I've realised what's behind it all. I may share this in a moment. All right.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you really soon for number 41.
Yay.
See you later. Bye. Bye.
We're going to be here for a second. I can't work out how to turn it off. Hold on. This is embarrassing.
It's a good thing.
Well, what happened is the web browser reloaded during it, and it's gone off the page where I control this. So we'll be here for a second, but bye. Oh, here we go.
Are you sure?
No. Which page is this thing? We're still here.
So, this is really fun when we upload this to YouTube later on.
Well, I can't work out how to edit this. Hold on.
Shall I sing a song?
I think I've just clicked on the button. We're still here, but 1 second. Basically, what I'm learning here is I need a better computer to run this.
No, you don't need another Mac. You do not need another Mac.
Yeah, it's doing something. Right, we're here. Okay, bye everyone.
See you later. It was lovely to see you all. See you next time.
Bye. I think we may still be here.
We're live, it is, baby.